Peace, love, and light upon your life. Ooh, this is real bright over here on YouTube. Peace, love, and light, y'all. It is Dr. Makita of Soul Powerful. I hope you are well. I hope you are feeling at peace. I hope that your day has been magical or it's becoming magical. I hope that you are feeling balanced. I hope you are feeling harmonious, peace, and love. I hope I just said balance too. Peace and love. I hope you're feeling balanced. I hope that you are allowing good things to come into your life, into your that you are discovering more. I hope that you are grounding yourself in your power. I hope that you are experiencing the beauty of this life and all of the experiences that are here for us to the topic that was on my spirit to talk about today is about always being open to learning, always being open to learning, right? No matter how old you are, no matter how conscious you are, no matter whatever it is, no matter how many experiences you have, you should never shut down that that ability to learn. And you should constantly be in a mindset of curiosity, asking why, trying new things, because the more you learn, the more you expand your spirit, your being, whether it's a pleasurable learning experience or a less pleasurable learning experience, it's all experience and it's all teaching you something. It's all showing you something. And the more you can see and understand, the more uh, the more stuff you have to work with, the more tools that you'll discover, the more information you'll have access to consciously, right? Because we all have access to the all. We all have access to the all, you know, but in general, right? The more you learn fit through physical action or even just, and when I say learn, what I'm referring to is maintaining a mindset of flexibility and realizing that you don't know everything. Okay. We don't know everything. And there are new phenomenons happening all the time. So what would have been blue last considered red, right? Things are rapidly changing. You have to have a mindset that is open and flexible to learning. And you want to practice learning. You want to practice exposing yourself to novelty and understanding that novelty, especially right now, because the world is changing at a very rapid pace. And you want to be able to have your mind to flexibly flow with it. You don't want to be so stuck in your ways that the world is moving and you're staying stagnant. And now you're about to become obsolete because you haven't upgraded your functioning to what we're at now because you don't believe that that level of functioning exists. So we definitely want to be open to learning the truth of who we are, the truth of this universe that we're living in. We want to be open to learning things that maybe we're afraid of. You know? I'm gonna give you all a personal story. I was with my dance instructor today, and he just dove like normally we do a warm up. He just dove right into it, and and at one point we were dancing, and I was doing it so naturally and so skilled because I've only had like this is maybe our third session. But we're doing salsa. And I was doing my being. The skill was there, but it spooked me, and and I bring this story up um because one, I'm grateful for myself for choosing to learn a new skill. Just by me learning this new skill, it opens up this whole other world of understanding, you know, African style dance and the power in these movements and the dynamics of the male and the female on the dance floor. All these beautiful things are coming out of, me identifying a skill that I had not acquired and then intentionally pursuing the acquisition of that knowledge, of that skill, right? So right now, while we're experiencing this whole paradigm energetic world shift, you definitely want to be open to learning so that way as the world shifts, you're able to move with it. You're able to realize, okay, now at this level, we can breathe underwater. And you're not sitting there still holding your breath underwater, but you realize, no, at this level, we can actually breathe, you know. And an obvious part of this is the technology piece. Whether you like it or not, technology is the thing that is going to be, the center of even those people who are living off grid and connected to nature. Technology is still a major part of this world, so you have to know how to work with technology. I mean, unless I'm not saying everybody, but unless you're just a shaman, right? And you don't need to send flyers, you got somebody to do that for you, so you can completely not interact with technology. But for most of us, we need to have some sort of aptitude with technology. And another thing today, I had someone come over and show me some of my camera equipment and how to operate it. And my mind was blown, like just to see him navigating he was like one with the camera. I was like, wow, like there's so much of me being like, well, I'm not a camera person. I'm not trying to be a photographer. Letting that part of my learning brain down. I was like, no, let me be a to what he's sharing, because either way, knowledge is knowledge and you never know when you're going to need it, you know? So I didn't want to put myself in a box and say, well, I'm not a photographer, so I don't need to learn all these camera things. But it's like, why not? We have so much brain capacity. Why not try to learn as many things as we possibly can? Because you never know when you're going to need these things, you know? And ultimately, when with the saying that knowledge is power, you know? It has been the knowledge that I've obtained about mental health, about spiritual guidance, about astrology, about body physiology, about social interactions, about nature, about herbs. It has been this knowledge that I've acquired over time that has empowered me to create a life that is so beautiful, a life that I'm so happy about. I'm so proud of myself for the life that I've created. And I'm still at the beginning, but today I was sitting outside eating my oatmeal that was full of beautiful organic nutrients. And I'm looking up and I'm just like watching these palm trees blow in the wind and this beautiful blue sky. And I'm just like, wow, like this is my life. It's 11 a.m. I don't have a job to rush off to. I don't have anybody scheduled to be on. I'm just out here living my little beautiful life, you know? And I was just so happy and so grateful and so proud of myself for putting in the work that was required, for making the sacrifices that were required, for learning what I had to learn, for unlearning all that I had to unlearn in order to get me where I am. And the beautiful thing about my life and what I do is that I get to pass on that knowledge to others, and I get to see them unlock themselves, and I get to see them be, come out of the cloud of depression and finally not have anxiety sitting in right in front of them, like to feel at ease, to feel safe, to begin to see their finances change, to begin to see their relationships heal and mend, to finally come out of those childhood traumas. So all the knowledge I've accumulated and I continue to accumulate, I love the fact that I can just pass it on to others. And I think that's one of the beauties about acquiring knowledge and just being a learner and being a scholar of this university, the universe, right? It's something that is here to teach us. And in that teaching and learning, we expand. And I believe the degree in which you expand, it has to do a lot with how much you allow yourself to learn. Every day, everything is a learning experience. The issue is too many of us are spending our time in our heads and not in reality. We're living in the perceived reality in our mind that is basically built off of our personality, and our personality is built off of all the past lived experiences. So if you're not actively learning and unlearning things, then you are operating as an old version of yourself. And that version is obsolete. And that's why it's having so much friction and resistance in this world, because that version no longer fits. We have to unlearn and release, right? We have to update the software and keep updating it. So when we allow ourselves to be in the present moment and we get away from all the chatter of our minds, and again, all that chatter is stuff from the past, old knowledge. When we allow ourselves to be present, we can see beyond that chatter. We ground ourselves in a reality, and we ground ourselves in the reality. And then in doing so, we also reconnect ourselves to source, our source power. And this is why we're able to see beautiful things manifest. I hope y'all are seeing, and I know y'all are. I hope that you are being aware of the beautiful manifestations that are happening for you. All that work you've been putting in, all the affirmations, the vision boards, the being a good person, healing your childhood traumas, all that stuff is paying off right now. And I hope that your eyes are open and you are not stuck to the old version of your life enough to be able to see and receive the blessings that are coming to you. Who you thought you were is not who you are, for the most part, depending on how far along you've done as far as your work, your knowledge of self, right? Every day I'm discovering something new. You know, the world's expanding, everything is expanding, and you want to make sure you're a part of that expansion. Peace and love. So we have the blessing of living life here on earth, and to be conscious, to be able to experience this experience. And in experiencing all of it, we're expanding and we're learning. We're collecting data. We're having all these combinations and interactions and all these things. Everything is beautiful. Everything is beautiful because everything is serving its purpose, which is expansion, experience, knowledge. We don't want to limit ourselves to only awareness and knowledge of the light. No, we also have to experience the darkness, and this creates a whole being. This is what creates harmony, experiencing both the darkness and the light, and realizing all of it is necessary to create a whole. We have to unlearn things that have been taught to us about religion, and spirituality. And, I've had clients tell me that in their religion, they were told that meditation is of the devil, right? And even the word the devil and Lucifer and all these things, many of us don't even know what those terms even mean. I want you to realize how much you don't know. And also realize not only do you not know a lot, but also much of what you do know has been a lie. But that's okay. It's easy to see the lie when you are connected to your truth, when you're connected to your source. When you can drop yourself out of fear, you can see clearly. When you can take off the lens of lack and limitation, you can see clearly, right? And as you see clearly, you'll see which way to go and how to navigate this life. And then you'll run into a wall, and that's okay. because you'll learn that wall. You understand why it's there, how you got there. So maybe now you can prevent somebody else from hitting that wall. All of it's valuable. All of it is about how much we can learn while we're here. If your life is so repetitive and mundane, I just pray that you choose to want something more for yourself. I don't know how to not get him. Okay. um, mosquito done. Took the point. It'll come. Oh, like I was saying, if your life is so mundane and so repetitive, and what you do is you wake up, you wake up late, then you rush to work, and then you're at work, and then you come home, and then you Netflix or food or whatever it is, and you go to sleep, and you do that again. And if that's not fulfilling for you, truly fulfilling, then the beautiful thing is that you have the power to change your life. We all do, and there's so much support. There's so much support. And there's a level of peace and joy and satisfaction that is so real. It is so real and so available to yourself. All you have to do is ask for what you want and believe that it happened and let it happen. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. I've learned that too many times where it's like I accepted things that weren't exactly how I wanted it, and I just was being polite, was being so considerate of others and just accepted, okay, I guess it's just the circumstances I have. But then eventually I asked for a change, and it was an easy change. And I was like, dang, this whole time I was sitting here taking crumbs when I could have asked for the whole plate the whole time and it would have been easily given to me. We have to unlearn the mindset of lack. We have to unlearn. We have to shift out of these personalities of unworthiness and limitation. We are capable of beautiful, powerful things. So I just want to encourage you all to continue to be learners. There's so many books out there to read. There's so many podcasts to listen to. There's so many meditations to do to learn yourself. There's therapy out there. There's nature. Just go out and observe nature. It's crazy. So today I'm going to share a story about nature. So I hear like a commotion outside my window, and there's two ravens and like this little itty bitty bird. And so then I see like the little bird fall to the ground, and it's flapping it's on its back, and I see the ravens hop on the fence. I'm like, oh Lord, they about to tear him up. I don't know. And then I was looking, so I was like, well, maybe I can go out there and help the bird. But then I'm also like, oh, okay, circle of life. But if it's already, it looked like his leg was injured. So I was like, well, if his leg is injured, because his leg was like sticking up in the air, I was like, it's only a matter of time for him anyways. I can't, fix no bird's leg, maybe yet, But I just chose to observe for a moment. And the bird is just down there chirping and stuff. The ravens are, scouting, trying to get closer and closer. And then the bird got up and it flew away. And it was just what I thought was going to happen didn't happen, and I'm glad because I did not want to see this little bird get eaten by some other birds. But my mind had this one outcome planned, but that wasn't even the reality. So, we have to be flexible. What we think might happen might not be what's going to be happening. Something more beautiful could be happening. And we have to be able to receive that. And the way to receive that is having a mindset that I don't know everything, but I'm going to continue to learn. I'm going to continue to expose myself to knowledge, peace, and love. I'm going to continue to expose myself to knowledge, to new experiences, especially the experiences that challenge my comfort zone, right? If you don't know where to go in life, I want you to go to the edge of your comfort zone. And on the other side of that, the next step will be revealed to you. but just keep pursuing the things that make you uncomfortable, that make you feel shrunken. I want you to keep going to them. And I promise you will find your way to a beautiful, meaningful life. And you already have a roadmap. It's that comfort zone. Just keep going to the edge of it. Keep going to the edge of it. Keep going to the edge of it. Learning how to get over there, right? Today I watched a podcast by Evan Carmichael. He was interviewing a gentleman named Sachin and a woman named Dina. They have a breathing institute or wellness institutes. And the whole episode was about breathing, the power of breath. And I'm a meditation practitioner. I'm a teacher. I lead these things. I do it all the time. I've been to breathwork workshop, blah, blah, blah. But there were still new breathing techniques that I learned in this podcast. And then I quickly took them notes and now I'm ready to share those with people, right? So much value. You never know that what you're learning, the impact it could have on somebody. I remember when we were in the lockdown, a family member of mine was diagnosed and hospitalized with the virus and was having difficulty breathing. And we got on the phone. And to this day, he always thanks me for teaching him those things. He realized like the difference that it made to know how to breathe in that moment and to use his breath to clear out his lungs and to heal his body through the breath, and I'm so grateful I had that knowledge because if I didn't, who knows, it could have been a different outcome. Peace and love, y'all. Today we're talking about being a learner. Um, yeah. Any questions or comments? Let me know where y'all at, how y'all feeling. Yeah. So unlearn a lot. There's a lot to unlearn. That's a beautiful thing. That's another thing. So let's talk about ways to support ourselves as learners. Like I said, pursuing your comfort zone, the edge of your comfort zone, identifying your fears, going towards that, reading, watching podcasts, going out into nature, having conversations and being present for conversations, taking care of your physical vessel, right? So that way you can receive knowledge, retain it. You can receive even intuitive knowledge, right? Um, to have a level of mental flexibility to begin to unlearn things that no longer serve you or you realize are no longer true and never were true. There's been so much that they've taught that we've been lied to about. It's crazy. To unlearn and relearn is a beautiful thing. Absolutely. I want you to unlearn those beliefs about you being unworthy. I want you to unlearn your beliefs about this world being unsafe. I want you to unlearn your beliefs about you're never going to have money. I want you to unlearn your beliefs about women or men ain't shit. I want you to unlearn your beliefs about you not being attractive enough. I want you to unlearn these things. I want you to unlearn being afraid or being sick or unlearn that. And I want you to relearn that you are a being of infinite potential because you have infinite power coursing within you, experiencing this life. Source is experiencing this life through you. When you tap into that knowledge, that awareness, when you learn that and you make that your belief, you feel it and you experience it. And then that's the world that you live in, a world that you realize that you're the creator. And you're not creating out of fear and lack and guilt and shame and sickness and illness and toxicity. You're creating out of a place of peace and love and prosperity. The more knowledge we obtain, what was I saying? I was gonna say, the more good we do, but there also are people who have a lot of knowledge, more knowledge than you, who've been able to manipulate you for so long. But this is why we must unlearn all the lies. So I was talking about ways to support learning, but I don't know how I got sidetracked. I know a friend that is 48 and has nothing. What do I say to him? Well, one, I want to let him know that no matter what has happened where he is, there's always time for brighter days. And I want you, depending on his, if he's in distress, if he's aware of his life, he feels unsatisfied, I want you to show him how to take a deep breath and introduce him to that sensation of peace and ease. And once he feels that peace and ease, let him know, speak to his soul and say, whatever you want to do, you can do. You have to. Even if today's your last day, you can go out feeling good if you come back to your truth, come back to your power. Realize that you are love. Realize that source is experiencing itself through you. This whole world was created by source, and that power is within you, experiencing this world as you. So you are so special. Let him know how special he is. And let him know how worthy he is, no matter what has happened in his life, no matter what he's done. He is worthy of whatever beautiful visions and dreams come to him. Let him know that he's worthy of that. Let him know there's resources out there, that he doesn't have to go it alone. Let him know that you support him. You support him in whatever he wants to do. Speak to the soul, you know, encourage people to seek help, right? Like, let's normalize getting help. Let's normalize going to therapy. With the right therapist. Okay. Let's normalize just becoming better versions of ourselves. Everybody in your friend group, the goal should be getting better. Like, I had a friend who told me I had invited her to a meditation event. No shade. I love you, sis. Okay. But when she told me that she wasn't interested, I invited her to a meditation event, but when she told me she wasn't interested in healing, so I'm not into that healing stuff like you. I was just like, okay, well, I know the vibe that you're on. It's not my vibe anymore, you know? So let's normalize. And the thing is, we're not healing just to heal. When you heal, you connect yourself to power and source. You detoxify your being and you step into your power. So whatever you want to do will be better, whether you're a rapper, an artist, a teacher, a preacher, a athlete, a writer, a doctor, whatever you are, you will get better at it the more you heal your being physically, mentally, and balance yourself spiritually. This is why we do what we do, you know. So let's just make a culture of this because we need to be conscious right now. We need to be so healthy that we are conscious beings and we're not no longer walking around asleep and in a hypnotic daze, just receiving all the BS toxic media that they keep throwing at you. They have you in a vibrational state to where they just keep dumping the stuff in your head. And your soul yearns to live one life, but you have yourself, you find all the excuses to live this other life that does not fulfill your soul. And you just, every year that passes by, every birthday that comes up, you just feel more and more depleted. I was there at one point. My birthdays, because I felt like I kept projecting myself to be certain places, and the birthday would roll around. It's like my year mark, and it's like, damn, not where I want to be. And so my birthdays became a moment of, kind of sadness at times. But now, man, your girl is turning 33 on the 15th of August. Okay. And I am so happy for where I am in my life. I am so grateful for the level of peace I have in my life. I am so grateful for the level of courage I have in my life, the level of faith I have. I have a lot to celebrate this year, and it's still coming. And it's still coming. And it's because of doing the work to unlearn who society taught me to be, aspects of society taught me to be, and to relearn who I truly am as a God, just like you, as the source, just like you. you know, heaven or hell. And we should be grateful it's our choice. Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings. Heaven or hell is our choice. It's your choice. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, especially right now, because the things you've wanted, they're coming to you. They're coming to you in major ways, bigger than what you would have expected. So just keep smiling, okay? And when challenges come up, just be curious. Just wonder how this thing is going to assist me. Because I know that if I were God manifest as who's on here? Harper. Okay, Harper Stewart. As Harper Stewart, as God, living as Harper Stewart, how would I want Harper's life to look? What would I want to do? Where would I want to go? Who I want to be around? What type of experiences I want to have? That is what is possible. But don't let who they've trained you to believe that you are block and minimize your potential. Y'all should be excited. Y'all should be excited. And if you're not excited yet, just keep remembering who you are, reminding yourself. Just keep saying it over and over until you actually believe it. And while you're beginning to believe it, operate as it. Continue to put gratitude out there, put appreciation out into the universe for the beautiful life. Keep speaking it, right? Keep speaking things into existence. Keep focus on your peace. Like I said yesterday, so the whole live yesterday was about maintaining the peace. Maintain your peace. Because once you put out there what you want to manifest as the creator that you are, once you put it out there, all you have to do is maintain the vibrational frequency and it flows to you. A great vibrational frequency to be at is a place of peace. I ain't got no worries. I ain't got no worries. Why? I'm in heaven. What is there to worry about? Everything is working out. Right? Even the car breaking down worked out because it prevented me from being in traffic and being annoyed. Okay? Trust and believe that everything is working out for you. Trust and believe that anything you want, you are receiving right now in big, beautiful ways. And let's do this together. This is a movement, a conscious movement. We all deserve it. Sustainable peace, unconditional peace. We have the capacity to experience that. And when we do, we take our power back because we're reconnected to source. And then we just create such beautiful things in this world. Literally, this thing is infinite. So that means everybody can get what they want. Because everything will be in balance. When you are at peace, when you are in balance, then the world becomes in balance. And yes, there's so many disagreements and challenges because, yeah, we're all different beings experiencing this thing. But it doesn't have to turn evil and fearful. You know. Okay. So I'm not gonna be on here long. I feel like I say that a lot. But I wanted to do a meditation before we close out. Okay. So whether you're watching this live or watching it in the replay, go ahead and get yourself set up for some meditation. Take a moment to pause. We're not going to be here long. Love you too. Okay, so we're not going to be here long. We're just going to do some conscious breathing and share some love in ourselves and in the world. Okay. We're going to be utilizing our breath. And as we breathe, realize that the breath, it's a healing tool. It's the body's tool for healing and life. So every time you take a deep, you'll feel the healing in your body. You'll feel the activation of your spirit, and you're sending love into the world. I feel high just from taking one breath. And one of the things, the major things in the video I watched today, which I encourage you all to watch it, just go to Evan Carmichael on YouTube and just type in breathing, and it should, Evan Carmichael breathing interview. It's a recent one. You should find it. About nose breathing. We shouldn't be breathing through our mouths. We breathe in through our nose, and we can breathe out through our mouths. We should not be we should not be mouth breathers, okay? It affects so many aspects of your well-being. Definitely encourage you all to check out that. But all right, so let's do some conscious breathing just like that. I want you to do it at your own pace. Breathing in deep through your nose and then releasing it out of your mouth with a sigh. Feel the ease. Let's do another one. Take a deep breath in. And then release it out. Sending love into the world. You're an infinite supply of love, so let's send some into the world. Take a deep breath in. And release that love. See it reaching those who are in pain, who are sad, who are hurting, who are feeling alone, who are feeling lost. Let's take another deep breath in. Let's send love to those who are out there hurting others out of their own fear, out of their own hurt. Send them love. Let's take another deep breath in. And let's send some love to our families, our mothers, our fathers, our aunties, our uncles, our cousins, nieces, nephews. Send that love to our families, both here and departed. Let's take another deep breath in. And just send that love all around into your community, into your city, your state, your nation, the world. Feel that love flow through you. Know that others are receiving it. They can feel it. I feel it. Let's take one deep breath in. Filling up with the energy of love. And then as you release, feel it showering all over you, covering you in the warmth of the energy of source, of love, of peace. Bring your palms together. The source, God, love, peace within me sees and honors the God, the peace, the love, the source within you. Namaste, Ashe, Asante, as we say out here in Tanzania, Asante Sana. Y'all be cracking me up with these "Are you married?" Not yet. Looking forward to that stage in my life. But yes, yes, yes. I'm sending everyone peace and love. Remember, you take on the mindset of the learner. Every single day, you're being exposed to new things to learn. Realize that you have to unlearn a lot of what you thought that you are. And take time to breathe, connect, tap into source. Begin to approach the edges of your comfort zone and go over, cross that comfort zone. That'll lead you to knowing more of who you are and more of what is here in this world. Every day you should be learning something beautiful, something new. Okay. All right, y'all. I love you. Sending y'all peace, love, and light. If you want more of me, okay, you want more connection to me, feel free to join the Soul Powerful Wellness Collective. You can visit drmakita.com/SOL to join the collective. You can also join me on the retreats out here. I have a retreat coming up here on October 2nd through the 9th out here in Dar es Salaam. I will also be hosting individual retreats. If you personally need a retreat from your life and you need to get away but be guided in this vacation, in this retreat, I'm offering that service. So if you're interested in it, feel free to DM me and we can set up a consult for that type of service. So you'll come out here to Africa. I'll set you up in your residence. I'll make sure to take care of your food. We'll do our exercises. You also have free time to explore the country on your own. Do whatever you want to do. I'll help to curate whatever experience you want, both on the healing side and the adventure side. Okay. So, because we got all of it. All right. So, I'm sending you all peace, love, and light. Thank you for being on your journey. I pray for your peace. I pray for your knowledge of self. I pray for your open mindedness. I pray for your release of any illusions and false beliefs. I pray for your peace. Ashe. All right, y'all. Until next time, peace and love.